Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Spotlights podcast for the NCHS Courant. I'm your host, Valentina Fuentes, a story editor for the Courant, and today we're highlighting an athlete whose discipline, resilience, and drive have broken records, junior Sienna de Kanter. Just recently, Sienna broke the New Canaan High School's 3,200-meter record, a milestone reflecting years of training and perseverance. Today, we will delve into her journey with track, what it takes to compete at her level, and what goes on behind the scenes of a record-breaking athlete. Sienna, welcome and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's go right ahead and begin with the big moment. Breaking the school record. Going into that meet and preparing at the line, did you know the 3,200-meter record was within reach?
Yes, so I had run a PR the week earlier at FCX, and that was only 4 seconds off the record. So I knew it was definitely something that I could reach, but going into the race, my main focus was really just on running a PR and not so much on the record. So I was really focused on helping my team score as many points as we could and hopefully running the best race I could. But then when I crossed the line, it was really exciting to see that I also broken the record.
That must be an intense moment. So when you crossed that finish line and saw the time, what was your immediate reaction? Did you already know throughout the race that you had done it?
My immediate reaction was just so excited to have PR'd, and then realizing I also broke the record just made it extra special. So throughout the race, I could see the clock every lap, and I was getting splits from my coach. So I definitely had a sense that I was going faster than my pace from the week before, but I didn't really know until I finished that I'd broken the record. And those last 2 laps, I was really just thinking about picking up the pace as much as I could and finishing strong.
Absolutely, and that seems like an amazing milestone for you. But I want to rewind a little and see where this all begun. How did you first get into running? Did it begin as a hobby or was it something that you've always loved?
When I was little, I would say my parents helped me get into running. They would sign my sister up for turkey trots or local races. And then in middle school is when I really started running more competitively. So after COVID, my mom signed my sister up for New Canaan Blazers, which is the middle school track and cross country team in New Canaan. So then starting in 6th grade, I started running track and cross country with Blazers more competitively. But then when I got to high school, I was really still considered soccer my main sport at that point. So I actually stopped doing cross country when I got to high school because soccer and cross country are both in the same season in the fall. And it wasn't until this year, my junior year, that I actually started running cross country and indoor track.
So since you started with soccer, of course, at what point did you realize that you weren't just running for fun and that you truly wanted to prioritize track and field and that you have the power and the capacity to compete at such a high level?
I think in middle school is when I first realized that I really enjoyed competitive running with Blazers. Going to cross country meets and track meets kind of helped me fall in love with the sport. And then it wasn't really until after my sophomore year of outdoor track, we had a really successful season. I was working really hard. I saw my times improving a lot and that really motivated me. So our team that season made it all the way to nationals. We ran the 4x800 there. And that was really just an incredible experience for me, making it all the way there. And that really motivated me to keep my training going into the summer and keep going with that. So then it was that summer. I actually didn't decide until even a few weeks before the cross country season this year that I was going to do it. I was still going to summer soccer practices and the cross country preseason because I was so torn. But I'm so glad that I decided to run this fall.
Absolutely. And you're obviously extremely talented at the sport. But there must be a lot that goes on between practices, Blazers, training sessions, and of course, recovery. So what does a typical week look like for you during the track season or the cross-country season?
So during a typical week, we train 6 days a week, and then we take our rest days on Sundays. So for the distance group, we usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll just do an easy run, and then we work out on Tuesday and Thursday, and then normally get our long run in on Saturday. And then also this indoor season, our team has been able to lift a lot with Coach Miska, so that will hopefully help us get stronger and prepare for the outdoor season.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to tune in and watch those track meets. And furthermore, you seem extremely busy with athletics. There's a lot going on, and there's so much practice that you put in, obviously, to achieve such milestones. But you aren't just an athlete, you're also a student. So how do you balance such intense training with your academics and everything else?
Oh yeah, training definitely takes up a lot of time. It's definitely a lot of hours of my day, but since I enjoy it so much, it's really worth it. So I kind of just treat the practices as like a built-in part of my schedule, and that really helps me with balancing everything. So I just treat the practice as part of my day and then start my homework when I get home. And then also managing I definitely have to work on managing my time with long-term assignments and studying and spacing everything out throughout the week, especially on weeks when we might have like more meets that are farther away and take more time. And it can be overwhelming at times, but I found that if I find a balance and am productive with my time after practice, that it's definitely manageable.
Absolutely. And I'm definitely sure that you find joy in such a great passion. So, for other kids that have a similar passion, what advice would you give to them? Like younger, maybe underclassmen, student athletes who are trying to pursue their sport and their passion seriously, but they also are keeping in mind with their academics.
I would say definitely just work hard and stay consistent. Like give it your all at practice, and that's when you'll see the results. Like when you're showing up every day, giving everything you can in the workouts and and just during practice, then you'll see that success later on. And then also finding that balance is definitely really important. So making sure they're going home and keeping up with your schoolwork, and I think like all the younger athletes definitely will see that success.
Definitely. Balance is key. And your time management and your balance and this ability for you to be able to do so many things at once and so many activities is quite admirable, if I may say so myself, especially with so many commitments that for you don't really stop at school and track. Your dedication both on and off the track is inspiring for anyone that's listening to this podcast and, of course, to myself. But before we wrap up, I have one final question for you, which is what kind of impact do you hope your spotlight ultimately leaves at NCHS?
I hope that I can show students that our achievements at NCHS really just come from consistency in the little things that we do every day. For me, whether it's running, school, or I've learned that just staying committed and working really hard adds up a lot over time. And then I also tell people to step outside their comfort zone. For me, I had no clue that I would be running cross country or doing track until just a few weeks before the season started. But now that I did, I'm so happy that I decided to do it.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Spotlights podcast. And thank you so much for everything that you've shared with us today. And also thank you to everyone that's tuning into this podcast and episode 3 of the Spotlights series here for the New Canaan High School Courant. We'll have a lot of new episodes coming in. And Sienna, thank you so much once again for being our spotlight.
Thank you so much.